the full screen?
Does anyone know the shortcut for full screen?
I don't know. Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you. So, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Marjorie Robert from the French Mapping Agency. I'm here to talk about some tools we use in a European Horizon 2020 project named Diabolo. In this project, we set up a web application as a demonstrator of a near real-time forest disturbance mapping service using Sentinel-2 images. So the service to be demonstrated consists in the production of maps that report forest disturbance on forest areas. The disturbance map results from the analysis of Sentinel-2 images from July 2015 to March 2019 in 9 Sentinel granules. The first aim of the demonstration is to set up an efficient process to detect forest changes. The second aim is to automate the production of such changes when new Sentinel-2 images are available. And the last aim is to set up a website to provide a way to assess these detected changes. We are 4 partners in this work package. Oanimum Research in Australia, University of Fribourg in Germany and University of Patras in Greece are in charge of the development of the detection change method. And we are at the French Mapping Agency are in charge of the design and the development of the demonstrator. So concerning the website, to analyze forest changes, the user needs to navigate through space and through time and to see some statistical information about a given forest area. Another tool expected on the website is about assessment. The user wants to assess the pertinence of the automatically detected changes. So here it's an example of a clear-cut detection and is assessment. And here it's the same thing for a fire detection. So we see in this tool that the user can visually compare pre- and post-event images as a false color composite. Finally, the website offers sorting, filtering, and downloading tools to go further with the data. So to develop these expected functionalities, we have designed a preliminary system as it. First, we have to transform the level 1C images to level 2A images. On our 9 test granules, Sentinel-2 images are made available at level 1C. Cloud masks are provided, but most part of shadow footprint are missing, so we have decided to set up first radiometric processing ahead of the change detection. Oanimum Research has developed this radiometric processing. So when it's a cron command which daily triggers a request to the Copernicus Open Hub of new Sentinel-2 images level 1C. And when a new image is downloaded, the pre-processing, the radiometric processing is a trigger and is calculate a cloud mask, a metadata file, and bottom of atmosphere reflectance images with topographic correction. This pre-processed image is made available in a FTP repository for partners to perform other processing. Sorry for the bad. Okay, so this was the pre-processing, and now the data is ready for design a change map process. Each University of Fribourg and University of Patras are implementing change method based on image-to-image analysis. UANIM Research is developing a method based on time series analysis. The output of this free processing is turned in a vector file which describe forest changes. So we see here that in the preliminary architecture, each partner has to grab the images on its own facility to tune its own processing. Moreover, we talk about an assessment tool for photo interpretation by human beings. To reach this goal, French Mapping Agency has to provide a viewing service to each one of the images where some change have been automatically detected. This process also uses the level 2A images from FTP repository and process it in a viewable format, coding in 8 bits and tiling for being quickly displayed in a web client. To host that service, we intended to rely on a house-made web map server called Rock4. And now, what about the web application? The decision to store the changes in a database was mainly driven by the will to control and to modify the automatically detected changes. So REST API has been developed to easily add and modify changes in a database. So changes are managed by sending HTTP requests prefixed with the API prefix and built with other parameters. These requests are received by a Node.js server and transformed in a SQL request understood by a Postgre and PostGIS database. So this REST API is used by a daily cron triggered to update newly detected disturbance, and by the web clients to display, download, and assess the changes. Concerning the web client, it was developed in JavaScript, HTML, and CSS, and relies on various libraries. AngularJS is used for the model viewer view control framework. for data binding and for complex URL within a single page application. OpenLayers is used for common mapping tools and interaction. We also use API GeoPortal, which is a library to access geographic resources from French mapping agency. And we use GeoPortal API to display the OpenStreetMap layer and the layer switcher control. And PhotoCommute is an open source geocoder built for OpenStreetMap data and based on Elasticsearch. So we use it for the global geocoder. So then this is the first considered architecture. Once all the process design is complete, a platform has to be set up by the French mapping agency in order to grab all the level 2A images, migrate one of the more efficient detection change process, and host this process to produce forest changes in near real time. So the difficulty was for us to provide a performful ICT platform with a very limited budget and launch on it a detection algorithm developed by another partner which is worried about intellectual property rights. So then we have heard about a free solution available in research and development context, and we made this final architecture more efficient. So this is the final architecture using the RUS service. The RUS service is funded by the European Commission, managed by the European Space Agency, and operated by CS and partners to promote the uptake of the Copernicus data in research and development activities. So RUS provides us at no charge the ICT environment dedicated to Copernicus data analysis. The RUS solution offers each partner free access to virtual machine for 6 months, renewable once. Each virtual machine benefits for a private storage capacity. It is possible to scale the work environment according to the need and the suitability of the code to be run with parallel and distributed environments. Diabolo partners are using virtual machine with 10 cores and 20 gigabits of RAM to process the Sentinel-2 images. On a RUS machine, the virtual computing environment is provided with a set of tools like GEDAL, Orfeo Toolbox, Air, Sentinel Toolboxes, etc. Extra software can be added as needed. So, with the first considered architecture design, the partner in charge of the ICT was assuming workload for all the installation, the software installation and their use on a private calculation server. With RUS ICT, each partner of the project are able to apply this for its own virtual machine. Questions about intellectual property rights have been addressed. With that way, intellectual property management hadn't to be care. Each partner is developing its method on their own virtual machine. Because in the preliminary architecture, the setup of a change detection process on French mapping agency devices raised difficulty, we assume just one of the three detection change processes. With this RUS ICT, the machine is the same for the development and for the demonstration. So the three change detection processes can be efficiently tested, and all results can be displayed on the demonstrator. What about the access of Sentinel-2 data on RUS? Sentinel-2 data aren't directly available on RUS devices, but the downloading for Copernicus Open Hub is really efficient. Moreover, RUS team proposes to share a given repository between the four partner virtual machines to minimize data transfer. Storage capacity has been set to 10 tera for our demonstration. So this architecture is really efficient during the method tuning. There is only one download for all partners and no data replication and storage on the scientist devices. Here it's a screenshot of the virtual machine. We can see the repository where level 1C images are downloaded and transformed in level 2A. So we see that it's a daily download. And now this is the second evolution of the architecture. You may have noticed in the final architecture that there is a change about the service to display Sentinel-2 images in false color for visual comparison in the website. The Open Science Earth observations call offers us to use at no charge the Sentinel Hub WMS service to display pre- and post-event images. So we didn't have to produce the false colored pyramids and serve it in WMTS. Our web client just requests the very complete and up-to-date Sentinel Hub WMS service. So thanks to RUS and Sentinel Hub services, development has been facilitated, and the first version of the demonstrator is available at this link. To conclude, I may warn about one limit of the RUS platform. Today, RUS virtual environment shares data only by FTP. That's why, in addition of the RUS ICT, we actually set up another web server to host the website and the database. Thank you.
Thank you, Marjorie, for your presentation. So we have some time for questions. Yes.
Are you thinking to migrate this development on the recently launched IaaS structure, maybe?
Yeah, I can't hear very well, but I heard DIaaS.
Yeah, maybe you're considering IaaS as a path in the future.
Yes, this is the demonstration of what DIaaS can provide to us, and this was free now in RUS.
Anyone else? I do have a question. You mentioned radiometric processing. Do you use Send2Core, or have you developed your own algorithm? Or?
This algorithm is not developed by by French Mapping Agency. It's UNM Research, which is in charge of this part. But this is based on Send2Core, and
Okay.
after it's their job.
No other question?
One question. You mentioned you started 2015 with the data.
Yeah.
Did you have issues with scene naming change from ESA? Is S2A
No, I'm not clear about that. Maybe there is something added in the pre-processed software, which correct. I don't know.
I think before 2016 there only the whole scenes.
Okay, not in granules.
Well, there are. I think the scene naming is.
Okay, I don't know about that.
No other question? Okay, thanks again, and
Thank you.
we are closing now this session. So, yes, we'll resume in 12 minutes.